Hey guys, welcome back to LS Vintage Design. I'm Lisa. I'm so happy you're here today. So I didn't film, it's my husband, we'll leave it at that. But I have some great videos for you this week and they're actually already filmed, so you will get your videos on time. I'm so sorry. I will be trying much harder from here on out because I want this channel to grow and you need consistency. Today is a great video. We're going to talk centerpieces for your table, maybe your island, or maybe a small kitchen table, whatever area you have. And I'm going to give you multiple ideas using both vintage and some repop ideas. So let's just jump into this video, and we're going to start with the one in the kitchen first on the island. You've actually already seen it, but I'm going to kick off with that one, and we'll finish really big in here in the dining room. So come with me, and let's talk about this one first. Okay, this is a vintage 1960s serving tray. It has bamboo on the handles, and on top I have a vintage teacup with a little vintage cheese knife. I have a vintage cow creamer just because he's so adorable and the colors complement each other between him, the cup, and the tray. Then I have a vintage Borden's milk bottle. And then this is not vintage, but it is a vintage feeling. And this is just a vanilla bottle. And I have them decorated. Of course, the biggest item in the back on the center, then the next, and then we go down in size that way just to make it pleasing for the eye with the teacup in the front, and then it's sitting at a slight angle on the bar. To complement this, because we do eat on our island, I have vintage bamboo placemats at the back. And you might say, well, those colors are kind of washed out with your granite countertop. And that can be the case, but believe it or not, the teacup with the blues, the pinks, and the oranges really make it pop. And these bamboo placemats also have the orange, the green, the colors running through it, so they pop as well. Okay, let's go back in the dining room now, and I can show you some more options. Okay, we're back in the dining room, and I'm going to give you ideas that will translate between like an island bar, a small kitchen table, or this is a vintage dining room table, and it will seat 6, some tables seat 8. So again, all these ideas can be interchangeable. You just will scale them to the appropriate size table or bar. Now this is my fake fruit for still lifes when I'm doing painting, and this bowl is not vintage, though you can find beautiful crystal bowls everywhere that are vintage that do not cost a lot. So if you want some type of glass bowl to display fruit in or whatever else you want to display, you can find beautiful glass crystal ones for not much money because people aren't buying them. So I think it's a great time if you want anything in the crystal department to go get. You can probably get it for a steal. Now we're going to start off. I run a vintage tea party business where I host vintage tea parties for any occasion that you can dream up, plus a few I've dreamed up. But if you have your own tea set, you could use your teapot as your centerpiece. You could put your florals or greenery inside your teapot. You could lean your lid like this, put that there, and then put a complimentary teacup beside it. With a complimentary teacup beside it, I picked one with pink because this has pink. This has gold trim though, so you might want to switch it with a teapot. If your teapot has gold trim, you can pull whatever colors you want. This would be a beautiful centerpiece on your table with green or floral inside your teapot. So that's one idea. And your teapot could even have the lid on, no floral, and just have this and another little serving plate in front. That's also an option. With this, you could mix vintage with repop, or you could just use a modern teapot, teacup, and serving platter. Now this next idea is to use a family heirloom or a repop or a modern, whatever you have. And this is a cookie jar, but it's a family heirloom. It belonged to my great-grandmother. And one day it will belong to one of my kids. You could put him in the center, and then you could put some candles with him. I have one more, but and you would have a set of 3 candles, and that would be a cute display using a keepsake or a family heirloom. Yeah. I have to put the family heirloom up. Other options are if you like to collect vintage bowls. You can create a cluster with different shapes, similar colors, similar shapes to tie it together. You could do square and circle shapes, but similar colors, and create a really cool centerpiece out of a bowl setting. Okay, and then you could fill florals inside the 2 open bowls. It's unique and different, and that's the whole point of doing this, giving something that people don't normally see. Of course, you want your home to stand out. Now, another option is to use a vintage cake holder, and then you could put a small low plate on the side. You could have a low flower arrangement that kind of looks like a cake or a cupcake sitting beside it, and that would be very cute as well. Now, let's say you don't have anything vintage that you want to use, but you like vintage looking. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. You can find little blue vases like this, both vintage and new, all over the place. These, along with a square mirror, no edging on it. These all have rounded edges, so get a square piece of mirror, put underneath it, and then you'll get the reflection up. And that is a beautiful centerpiece. Very understated, but very powerful. Another option is using a ball jar you can buy brand new, doing a treatment on it to make it look vintage, and then having that on your table along with a set of 3 candles, which I'm missing one. I don't know where it is. So your set of 3 candles plus your flower vase. Very pretty, gives that vintage feel, but all modern. Another option is finding a vase, either vintage or not vintage. This is actually vintage. Putting a dramatic, huge floral, if your table and space will support it. If not, downsize your vase with your arrangement. And again, with candles in 3s. And it will look absolutely stunning. These vintage vases are Fenton, and you can find them. They are sort of pricey, but they hold their value. They're timeless and well worth the money. And you can find different styles. This one has a foot on it. You can find them where they're vase from the bottom all the way up as well. Now, if you have a small kitchen area, another cute option is to use a canister set. And this canister set has the broken sugar. It's all in my Etsy shop. But you could put a floral arrangement in the largest one or one of the smaller ones, again, depending on your space. Put the lid for it over to the side. And then you could have 1 or 2 smaller ones sitting beside it, depending on the size of your space You could have the largest, which is the flower, and you could just put the tea beside it and have the arrangement in the flower. And you could have candy or something in the tea. This is also a cute, unexpected arrangement. And there you go. So a lot of options, and using things not what they're meant for is a great way to create unique and special centerpieces for tables that other people might not think about. The last example is this mid-century modern three-tier appetizer tray. This three-tier tray, mid-century modern, I filled it with some fake strawberries and fake little daisies because of spring coming. Have that there, and then these were some salt and pepper shakers, mid-century modern, that got messed up, so I turned them into candle holders. And the wood against the metal and the glass is a nice juxtaposition, and it looks beautiful together. And then you could choose whatever color taper you wish. So when you find salt and pepper shakers, if they're kind of grungy or they're missing the tops or whatever, take them apart and use them as little candle holders. It's a great way to give new life to something old. So guys, that's all my ideas for using vintage to create unique centerpieces. Centerpieces that your friends and family have never seen. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, we have a lot of great videos coming your way. Hit the subscribe button with that little bell. When you click that little bell, click all because you don't want to miss a video. I know upcoming, we're going to take you out to antique malls with us and kind of show you how to tell when something is actually vintage and when it's not. So I'm excited to do that video. I hope you are excited to see it. Also, don't forget, go check out our website if you're interested in having a tea party for a special occasion. You can contact us through our website. All the information is down below. Our Family History 101 class will be launching soon. A lot of surprises coming. And our Etsy shop. Don't forget to go check out our Etsy shop because the red canister set is listed. We have a lot of other great options listed as well. If you saw our vintage craft video, which I put a card up at the beginning of this, we still have 3 of the vintage embroidery Avon kits, true 70s. We have that great Afghan. It's had a lot of interest though, so it's not gonna last. If you're interested in that 70s Afghan, brand new, no smells, beautiful condition, and it's priced cheap, guys. Cheap, cheap, cheap. So head over there and check everything out. Again, I hope you like this video with unique ideas for your centerpieces. Bye.